All right, hi everyone. So I'm going to show you how to make this simple Lightning web component to appear on the Salesforce homepage. So it's just going to be a list here with a little header, and I will also be showing you what exactly you need to download beforehand to make this happen. So step one, you're going to download something called Visual Studio Code. So I'll put the link for that in the description. Basically, it's code.visualstudio.com, and you just download it. Once you have this downloaded, you're going to download something called Salesforce CLI, which connects Visual Studio Code to Salesforce. So here is the link for that. I'll paste this in the description as well. So after you have this downloaded, also, the next step is to find where you downloaded CLI, and I'll show you exactly how to do that, and I'll show you how to do it quickly. So I'm just pressing the Windows key on my computer to search. I'm typing sfdx.cmd. You're going to right click this here. You're going to select Open File Location. So and it's going to take you exactly where you need to be. So the important step here is you're going to click here and you're going to copy this. So once you have this copied, the next step is you're going to search here and type in environment. You're going to click Edit the System Environment Variables. So once you do this, you're going to click Environment Variables. You're going to go down here to System Variables and find Path. Once you selected Path, click Edit. Once you click Edit, you're going to see this list here, and you're going to click New. Then you're going to paste what you copied earlier. In my case, I already have this, but you probably won't have it. So just hit New, paste it, and then you're going to hit OK. Since I already have it, I'm not going to hit OK. And then just click OK here. So once you finish this step, the next step, you're going to go into Visual Studio Code. I'm going to click here. And right when you get here, you're going to make sure the first thing you do is click this button, Extensions here. And you're going to type in Salesforce Extension Pack. You're going to want to download the expanded version. Once you make sure you install this, then make sure you download something called Salesforce CLI integration. Which is here. So once you make sure that this is installed, and by the way, Salesforce Extension Pack is basically what's needed to work with CLI. So it has everything we need for development. So once a CLI integration is downloaded too, close VS Code and open it again so that we're less likely to have issues related to new downloaded extensions. So once you do that, just come back to this video. So now once you reloaded Visual Studio Code after downloading those new extensions, the next step is we're going to press Control-Shift-P. But first you have to make sure you are under the... First make sure you close this tab. So Control-Shift-P. And once you press Control-Shift-P or Command-Shift-P, I'm sure it's for a Mac, then you're going to type in SFDX and then create project. Click this. You got to make sure that these extensions load and first before, and once these extensions load, then you'll be able to do the actions. So if you're wondering why it's not working, it's because you need to wait for this to load. So once the extension's finished, then you're going to hit Control-Shift-P and then SFDX, create project, and it should work this time. So now you're going to click standard project template, and then you're going to give it a name, and the format is important. It's supposed to be lower camel case, which basically means that the first word has to be lowercase, and then any words after that can be have their first letter uppercase. So we're going to name this project Zoo Animal List. I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to want me to put it, ask me where I want to put it. So I'm going to put it in a new folder on my desktop called LWC Projects. So desktop, new folder, and then we're going to do LWC Projects. I'm going to hit create project. You're going to see, do you trust the authors of the files in this folder? And you're going to select this, and you're going to say, yes, I trust the authors. So once we created the project, the next step is to authorize your org and connect your org to this Visual Studio Code here. So you're going to link the two. So the next step is you're going to want to hit Control-Shift-P again, and you're going to type in SFDX, and you're going to look for authorize an org. So it's not going to show up here initially, but you're just going to have to wait a little bit, and then it should be able to be available. So I'll come back when it's available. All right, so we're back, and I waited a little bit, and now when I do Control-Shift-P, I do authorize, it's going to show this as an option now. So we're going to click authorize an org, and basically, if you want to deploy your code to your production org, then select project default. Same with this, because it's the same URL, login.salesforce.com. If you want to deploy it to a sandbox, you have this option, and you can also enter a custom login URL. So we're just going to select project default for now. And we're going to name this the same as our project name, which is Zoo Animal List with the lower camel case format. So Zoo Animal List. Hit enter, and now it should open the website to log in to Salesforce as it's loading here. All right, so here we are. So I'm going to log into my org. All right, so now we see that I'm logged into my org, and if we go back to Visual Studio Code, it should say that this is now the default org. So it's going to show that authorize an org successfully ran. And our next step is to create a Lightning Web Component and name Zoo List Lightning Web Component. So let's do that here. So we're going to hit Control-Shift-P again, and we're going to type in Lightning and SFDX create Lightning Web Component. And we're going to name this Zoo List LWC. And yeah, we're going to go with this default option. And so now it creates these 4 items here. So we can delete this here, tests. And now we're left with the HTML file, the JavaScript file, and the JS meta XML file. So just to give you some background, so this Zoo Animal List, it's just here in your, I'm just going to show you exactly what that looks like. So if I go to actually my desktop, and if I go to the projects, Zoo Animal List, here is the folder here, just to show you that this matches up. So you're like, what? You're probably wondering, what are all these files or folders? So Husky is this one, SF is this one, and then what we just created, this Lightning Web Component, is just going to be under Force App Main Default. So Force App Main Default, and then if you click LWC, which is here, then you'll see what you're creating right now, just to give you a little background. Here, and these are the 3 files. So the HTML file is the UI file, like the user interface file, and it takes input from the customer. So the JavaScript file is where you're going to put your logic, And the configuration file, which is the JS meta XML file, is going to be where and how you use your Lightning Web Component. Like if you want to put your Lightning Web Component on the home page or an app page of Salesforce, this is where you're going to do that in the form of targets. And I'll show you exactly how to do that. So in order to make the list itself, we're going to put it in the put things in the HTML file. So click the HTML file, and I'm just going to paste what I had, and I'm going to explain what each part is. So basically, H1 is the header, which is going to say, check out this list of zoo animals. And OL is an ordered list, and LI is a list item. So in this ordered list, we have 3 list items: pig, donkey, and elephant. And that's why it shows the header, and then it's going to show the list items in the ordered list. We're not going to put anything in the JavaScript file. We're not going to put any logic in aside from what's already there. We're going to keep everything the same. And we're going to go to this JS meta XML file. This is important because in order to expose your component to Salesforce so it can be used in Salesforce, you're going to change this false to true so that it can be used. So this is essential. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add targets because we're going to want to include it on the home page, for example. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So in between is exposed true and Lightning component bundle, I am going to paste this, which I had, and it's going to say include the targets that where you want to put the component. And this first target is going to be on the home page. And if we also wanted to put it on the app page, this is how you do it. You just make it in the line below and say Lightning __ app page. So the next step here is we want to deploy this to our org. So feel free to click save, and you can right click any of these files here, and let's just click this, and we're going to click deploy source to org. I'm just going to say running sfdx deploy source to org. So deploy source to org successfully ran, and so now we're going to go to our org, and because is exposed is true, and because we have home pages targeted, we're going to go to the home page of our org. So let's go to sales. We're going to click edit page. And you'll notice under these components here that we have zoo list Lightning Web Component, which is the one that we made. So click here. So this is the one that I had for the demonstration. So I'll delete this, and then zoo list Lightning Web Component. So we're going to drag this here. And it just took a little while for it to load, and it should say here, check out this list of zoo animals: pig, donkey, elephant. We'll hit save. And you'll see that on this home page, here is our lovely component here. So a pro tip here is if you have issues deploying, 2 common solutions. First, try reloading Visual Studio, like just exit out and load it again. And also make sure that the Lightning Web Component that you're making is a unique name. So I was doing this earlier, testing it, and I already had one that was zoo list Lightning Web Component, and it was giving me an error. So I deleted the other one, and now that this is unique, then this allows me to go through with it. Another pro tip is when you reopen Visual Studio Code, it might take a while for the org and the extensions to load. So if you're wondering why you can't do something or why something's not working, wait for it to show your default org, and also wait for your extensions to load. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope this was able to help you guys learn how to make a very simple Lightning Web Component, and hope you have a great day.